Your thoughts, ideas, travel, and communication all mixed in with some foggy details. On June 17th, 2023, we're going to have a new moon in the sign of Gemini. Now, a new moon is where the sun and the moon connect up together in the sky. The sun is illuminating an area of your life, and the moon is hidden, and it's ripe for planting seeds. New moons, they are fresh slates, clean, begin anew. It's about a lunation of communication and travel. And the sun and the moon are both in the sign of Gemini. So this is like having your finger on the pulse of society of what is going on. How are you going to communicate? Being curious, being intellectual, quick to grasp concepts, playful, willing to learn, ready to talk things through. The sun is shining on this, and the moon is saying it's time to plant seeds in this area of your life. This is going to be the best time to improve your communication skills by working to take in information and communicate it back out in a healthy manner. The Gemini new moon cycle, it's going to present you with these opportunities that you can commit to your personal goals and express the positive energies of the sign of the twins. It's time for you to improve your communication skills by truly listening to others and enjoying others' points of view rather than always seeking to find your one true answer. This is a good cycle in which you're going to evaluate your communication and social skills by questioning just how much you actually take in and that information, and then how you communicate it in a friendly, non-threatening, healthy manner. With this potent Gemini energy, you're going to have the chance to make important changes in the way that you take in, process, disseminate facts, figures, and details. This in turn is going to help you to become a more effective communicator. This lunation does form a square to Neptune. Neptune is the planet of illusions and dreams and fantasies. So you can expect some of your ideas to be cloudy or unclear before you actually begin on this new path. You can be wrestling with perceptions and expectations. It's going to be hard to see your direction clearly, but your discomfort with the events from your past are going to be real for you right now. This is about motivating you to, forcing you into participating in new beginnings. This new moon can reveal a development later that may have you feeling confused of, why didn't I see that coming? Why didn't I understand that? Why didn't I know it? Because Neptune is keeping some things from our view. Hi, I'm Patricia Tate with willowgracemystic.com, and this is your Gemini new moon forecast for June 17th, 2023. So for Aries sun and Aries rising, this lunation is occurring in your third house. Now, the third house has to do with relationships with your siblings. It's your habits, it's your patterns, your routines of things that are close to home. And so the sun is already in this area. It is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is also in that. The moon here is now saying it's about time that you use your brains of how do you communicate. It's our feelings, our thoughts, our emotions, what we're thinking, what we're learning, either by writing or verbally. It covers relationships with your siblings, with your neighbors, with classes or workshops. It includes transportation. This is about connecting with other people and leaving the computer or the smartphone at home. It's about one-on-one relationships. It's also about writing a letter or journaling. It is about taking advantage of this extra mental activity that you're going to have at this time. So maybe you want to take a class or a workshop. Your new moon intentions should be about using all of this, about how do you take in information? What is the best way for you? And how can you take it in, process it, and share it with others? Because Gemini wants to share. Gemini is like the social butterfly of the zodiac, takes in information, it's the pollinator, and then releases it and shares it with others. So set your intentions to connect with others, put the technology down, or when you are alone and you want to connect, to learn or journal, that's where you can either write or use your computer for that. So I would love to hear your comments below. And for more in-depth reading, you can schedule on my website at willowgracemystic.com. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so to hear the latest updates as soon as they're released. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, this lunation is occurring in your second house. You already have the sun here illuminating all things that have to do with you, your personal values, your cash, your property. The second house is how you define your self-worth. It's your inner core. It's your value in terms of your belongings, your personal resources. And the moon is here saying, these things, I need this in order to be emotionally feeling safe, in order to feel secure. It's my intuition. My thoughts and my ideas are racing. It rules the sign of Mercury, and Mercury is there with the sun and the moon also. Now, we have Neptune in the 11th house, and the 11th house for you is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your aspirations. It's things that you want to do. It's also the people that you connect with in order to acquire those dreams, the people that cheer you on and support you for your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. So a new moon in the second house is not just your self-worth and your belongings, but it's about you sitting down, seriously taking a look at your finances, because now's the time to do it. Is there something that you want to purchase? Is there something that you want to buy? Now is the time where you say, is this of value? Do I really want this? Is this worth it to me? Because this is the lunation that you say, this is how I'm going to make this happen. On a practical level, this could be you creating a budget or devising a way to supplement your income. This could be having something to do with money issues, or what are the stressors that are in your relationships that you need to protect yourself against, and that's financial freedom. Because remember, the second house is all about it's you and what brings personal joy to you in order to make you feel secure. The second house are the skills that you have. It's your skill set. It's your attachment to things. And so maybe you say that I'm ready to get rid of these things. I'm ready to release this. It's about your salary, your income, your possessions. It is also about your values and your opinions on things, not just your personal resources and your movable property. So a new moon here is asking you to create some kind of a budget or determine what really brings joy to you of possessions, things that you feel good about. And it can also be about friends, because our friends are who support us. It's who we value, people, places, and things that we value. And so with Neptune being there, there can be some kind of illusions about what is going on. So as always, I would love to hear your comments below. For more in-depth reading, you can schedule on my website in the link below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so to hear the latest updates as soon as they're released. So for Gemini and Gemini rising, this lunation is in your first house of self. The first house is your personality, it's your habits, it's your self-image, it's your personal power, your self-opinion, it's your relationship with yourself that includes your personal appearance and your self-expression, your personal power. So we have the sun here illuminating all things about the way that you are communicating, all things about you wanting to travel, you literally being this social butterfly. The moon is here craving this connection in order to feel safe and secure. It's your intuition with the hidden realm, with your dreams, and your it has to do with the first house represents your personality. It's going to be your physical body, your appearance. And a new moon here is about, what are my habits? What are my desires? What do I want to create? What do I want to start? This is really going to be a great month for you to try something new that has to do with a new look, or maybe a new haircut. Indulge in a little self-care for yourself. This is how I want to be called, what I want to be called, whether I want to be called a counselor, I want to be called a Reiki master, I want to be called a parent or a grandparent or he or a she. It's about you communicating those things. Now, there is a square to Neptune. Neptune is at the top of your chart in your 10th house. Now, the 10th house is your career, it's your legacy, it's your life path. And so it's also your public reputation, it is authority figures, it is you in the outside world. And so there's something about you and some kind of, it's blurry about you and your career, you and the legacy that you want to leave, you with how you want to connect with your life path or your public life of how you want to be seen. And now you're going to be working out what words do I want to choose? What people do I connect with in order to help me reach that goal of this is what I want to experience. I want to have this success. I want to have a better chance of this. And who do I connect with? What partners or what people through my work or along my life path, can I connect up with in order to help me be a better version of me? Remember that it will be all forms of not just speaking, but you listening to others, taking in what you hear in order to disseminate it and share it back out with the public. So, as always, I would love to hear your comments below in the comments section. For a more in-depth reading, you can schedule on my website in the link below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do to hear the latest updates as soon as they are released. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, your new moon in Gemini is in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of the subconscious mind. It's the dream world. It's what's hidden or unseen. The 12th house is your personal unconscious and its relationship with hidden enemies, your dreams, your intuition, the spiritual realm. It's also your shadow self. So the sun is currently there illuminating all forms of communication and you taking in information. So it's not just people. In the 12th house, this is you connecting with the spiritual realm, you connecting with your dreams, the Akashic records. The moon is definitely saying dreams or past lives or karma. And okay, Gemini rules Mercury. Mercury is there also. And this is all types of communication, not just hearing, but seeing and feeling and taking it all in. And what does that mean to you? And how do I take it all in, process it, and then send it back out? So there is a square to Neptune. Neptune is in your 9th house. And so the 9th house is it's foreign people, places, things, travel. It's higher education. It's religion. It's philosophy. It's your beliefs. It is your cross-cultural experiences, and it's your visions that you have. It's your prophetic dreams and visions that you have, and it's your higher mind. It is you connecting with others. And so right now, you're wanting to do some things. You're having these feelings, you're having these visions, these dreams, this deep gut or intuition or mamdar or I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But it's that feeling inside and having these blurred lines of where else can I go to get more information on this? Where can I study more on to this? Who do I connect that can help me or to be with like minds who understand this? Remember that the 12th house being the house of the subconscious, this could be a time that you want to hibernate and go within a little bit with a good book to maybe explore some of your deepest fears or your desires or your dreams. This is either on your own or maybe you want to connect with others in a holistic healing program or a workshop or a meditation. The 12th house is where you are about going within, and not being afraid to go deep, wanting to understand and communicate, take in the information so therefore I can process it and then have the vocabulary in order to say what I'm feeling and connect with others in a more spiritual way of understanding. So I would love to hear your comments below. And for an in-depth reading, you can schedule. I have a link below to my website. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please do so to hear the latest content as soon as it's released. Leo Sun and Leo Rising. This new moon is occurring in your 11th house. Now, the 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your aspirations. It's your relationship with your peers. It's shared creativity. It's your social circle. It's not just best friends. These are the people that you hang around with or socialize with or spend time with for a shared common goal, like a bowling league or a book group or a swim club. It's people that you are, or it could be work associates. It's people that you have this common goal with in order to propel you further, with you wanting to connect with like minds. Now, the sun here is already illuminating, bringing topics of these are my relationship with my peers. These are my social groups that I want to belong to. The moon being here is saying that it needs to meet some criteria of my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions, in order for me to feel safe and secure. My intuition is guiding me towards these things. Gemini is all types of communication and travel. So hearing, thinking, speaking, driving, biking, it's all types of communication and thought. And this will be a time where you will be taking in information that you collect from other people in order for you to process it and disseminate it out. Now, remember that we also have a square. Neptune is squaring, and that is in your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is your shared resources. It's other people's money, other people's values, other people's opinions, other people's resources. It's the occult. It's also debt. It's your shared income that you have with other people, or your shared contracts that you have with other people. So this could be alimony, child support. It's also wills. It's also the occult. It's birth, death, rebirth. So there's some blurred lines going on, or things with these two houses where you are with these people, certain groups, and you have these new moon intentions of this is what I want to do, this is what I'm hearing, this is what I'm seeing, but there are some blurred lines of, am I seeing the whole picture? Do I understand the whole picture? So a new moon in the 11th, it covers all of your friends and all of your acquaintances, as well as your group affiliations and your humanitarian interests of where do you want to volunteer, or it's just the house of socially oriented. But it also addresses your goals and expectations. So an obvious thing for you to be doing this month is for you to get out with your friends, get out and socialize. Make sure that you are connecting with these people and focusing on your personal hopes, your personal dreams, your goals. Connect up with these people, gather the information that you need in order to propel you for your hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals. So as always, I would love to hear your comments about this in the comment section down below. For a more in-depth reading, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. There's a link down below, or you can schedule on my website. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to hear the latest updates as soon as they're released. Virgo and Virgo rising. So this new moon is occurring at the top of your chart. You really need to take advantage of this. The 10th house includes your career, your life path, your public life. It's relationship to authority. It is your public reputation. It's fame. This is your social status, your personal ambition. This is you in the outside world. It's how other people see you. Imagine yourself like on a pedestal. This is where people are seeing you. So the sun is shining on you right now, and you're able to see a lot of things, see your path in which you want to move forward with. Your moon is there saying, I need to do this in order to meet my inner needs, my inner feelings, in order to feel not only safe and secure, but to feel heard or to feel secure. In order, Mercury is there and saying, I need to communicate this in a way to the public. And so I need to capture the information from other people. I need to listen. I need to hear it in order to use this for my career or for my legacy that I want to leave for others. Now, There is Neptune. This is where it gets a little blurry. Neptune is in your seventh house. The seventh house is your marriage, your partnerships, your one-on-one relationships, your clients. It's your friends. So there's some things that are a little bit blurry about who is with me on this path. It's your social contacts. It is where you sign contracts with other people. It is where you negotiate. It's your cooperation. And so things are a little bit blurry with who are my friends and who do I work with? And can I have both? Can I have a client that is also a friend? Can I have a friend that is also somebody that will be a business partner? Because it's not just significant others, it's people that you are on a one-on-one relationship with. So a new moon in your 10th house, the intentions should be to focus on your career, your profession, your reputation, your social status. All of these are going to be highlighted. Your achievements, your ambitions, everything here is about your recognition and a concern for your public image. Setting intentions. Remember that this is directly opposite of the 4th house, so there's going to be needing a balance between me in the outside world and me at home. The new moon, when it lands here, it's about you needing to also consider the balance between your home life and your work life. Always having a good exercise in order to stay connected with, am I giving too much in the outside world? Am I neglecting my home? Just basically needing to find a balance of what do I want to share of me in the outside world and what is of me at home. So, as always, I would love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. And for more in-depth reading, you can schedule on my website in the link below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And to hear updates as soon as they're released, click the subscribe button. Libra, Sun, and Libra rising. So this lunation is occurring in your 9th house. I love this for you in the fact that the 9th house is your beliefs. It's your connection with foreign travel or education. It is your prophetic dreams. It's religion. It's philosophy. It's publishing. It's advertising. It's long distance travel. It's where you were a student and now you become a teacher. It is imports, exports, universities, classes, workshops, foreigners, cultural issues. I love this house that you're going to have this new moon here, because a Gemini new moon is perfect for learning and collaborating and connecting with others. The sun is shining here saying, I am illuminating all these great people, places, and things that you need to connect with. You need to dive deeper into this, or you're done being a student and now you're ready to become a teacher, or you need to take this class, this workshop. It'll broaden your horizons, or you need to travel here to experience this. That's what the sun is doing. The moon is saying, what is drawing me? What is my intuition saying? I have to connect with this in order to feel whole, to feel good, to feel fulfilled. And so it's all forms of travel and communication. And how do I do that? Now, Neptune is squaring, and it is in your 6th house. And the 6th house is your job. It's your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. And how do I find a balance between my work and my home? This is the house of finding a mentor or becoming. It's where I need help. Where do I go get it? I need help with my health. Oh, I go see a nutritionist. I need help with learning this. Oh, I find a mentor or a teacher. I need help with my body, and I need to go to a doctor or a chiropractor. It's where you seek out information. It's your relationship with your employees. It is also the house of your service to others. So what you volunteer for. It's also the house of slavery. So you have to use caution of what do I want to do and how do I not give too much so that I feel like I'm giving, but I'm not a slave to that. I'm not giving so much that I'm now resentful about what am I giving or what am I doing. So all of this combined is about setting a new moon intention where you search for the meaning and you examine your belief systems. You're going to be looking at the energy of expansive and representing your views on different types of religion or philosophy or higher education. This is you with I need to make this long distance travel happen. I need to connect with foreign people. It's also your in-laws. This could be you taking some time this month to reflect on ways that you can bring your spirituality into your everyday reality, and or maybe taking some time to go on that retreat, or to find time to meditate in the evening, or connect up with others that are like-minded. This is also the house of getting your work published. So if you have been writing or journaling, now is the time to make or set the intentions that over the next several months that you're going to make some headway on getting that work published. Or maybe you are ready to become the teacher. This is the month to set the intentions. Remember that we have this open window between June 1st and June 19th where all the inner planets are direct. And so whatever you want to manifest, you're sending it out there with the tide in order to make it happen. So as always, I would love to hear your comments in the comments section below. And for a more in-depth reading, you can schedule on my website. The link is down below. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and you can hear the latest updates as soon as they're released. Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising. So this lunation of this Gemini new moon is occurring in your 8th house. Now the 8th house for you is your shared resources. It's your contracts that you have with others. It's other people's opinions, other people's resources. It's your debts. It's your financial obligations. It's other people's values, money. It's taxes, inheritances. It is private affairs. It's the hidden things. It's also the occult, and it's wills, it's alimony, child support. So all of those topics of things that you share with other people. So now we look at the sun. The sun is illuminating, saying, oh, should you be looking at these contracts? Should you be going over them with a fine-tooth comb? Should you be connecting with other people who have these thoughts and ideas of who you want to connect with, who you want to share contracts with, or who you want to dive in deep with and have those deep conversations with? The moon is going to direct you in that way. The moon is your intuition. It's your guiding light. It is your radar of, I need to have this met in order for me to feel safe and secure. And so we throw in those topics and a square with Neptune. Neptune is in your 5th house. The 5th house represents love affairs, sex, children, being childlike, art, music, creativity. It is the house of pleasure and recreation. It is the house of gambling and games and risk and excitement. And so there's some blurred lines going on between who do I trust? Who do I want to have these shared intimate moments with or contracts with, because remember the 8th house is not only is it the occult, but like literally it is the house of birth, death, and rebirth, and it's the house of transformation. So who are these people that you are with, or what are these things that you're doing, like this music or art or having children, or okay, if we're going to have this child, what do we do for a prenup, or what do we do for setting things up for the child for the long range, or what if it has to do with art, music, or starting a business that has to do with you and startup money, or taking money that you received from an investment or a will from somebody who has passed on. Remember that the 8th house, when you set these intentions, it describes energies as death, sex, taxes, and it's about a transformation and a rebirth when you come out of it. Communicating, what am I learning from other people, from hearing, travel, and also how do I take that, learn from it, and process it. And it's about how do I address these shared resources, alimony, inheritance, taxes. It's about you communicating what is in my best interest and in your best interest. It's about intense emotions and power plays, because you don't want money to be the power play that goes between you and somebody else. And you should not use it as a power play for somebody else also. You don't want things to be triggered as an emotional to trigger the pain. You want everything to be fair, equitable, and balanced, but it's you having your needs being met. So as always, I would love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. And for more in-depth reading, you can schedule at my website, willowgracemystic.com. And if you have not already done so, please click the subscribe button and you can hear updates as soon as they are released. Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising. So this new moon is occurring in your 7th house. Now the 7th house keywords are marriage, partnership, relationships, your one-on-ones, contractual relationships, your perception of others. It's your romantic relationships. It is your social contracts. It's the house of promises, where you have made a promise either in written or verbal with other people. It's also the house of negotiation and cooperation. It is the +1 house. So your significant other, your spouse, your best friends, your one-on-one clients. It's literally you with somebody else. So we have the sun already here saying, hey, I'm bringing you these people. Hey, I want you to connect with this person. Hey, you would really like this. Let's communicate. Let's talk. Let's listen. Let's hear. Let's share ideas. The moon is needing this connection, but it needs to be through words, because it's sharing of thoughts and ideas, and it's wanting you to feel secure about what you are hearing, what you are taking in. Now, there is a square to Neptune, and Neptune is in your 4th house. The 4th house is your home environment. It's your family relationships. It's your ancestors. It's your traditions. It's real estate, and it is property. It's your foundation. It is your native land. It's your home. And so there's something going on that's a little bit blurry between my home and my partnerships, my relationships, my significant other, something that I am starting, something that I want to begin anew. So a new moon in this house is about being a partner in a partnership or in an intimate relationship, and where you reassess your personal needs and the needs of others. It's working through your issues of individuality and your intimacy. Since this is the house of partnerships, it's not just personal and business. You want to add in your best friends, and it's working through what you're hearing and how people are changing and reevaluating some things. So are you and your partner both on the same page, or is a new person coming into your life, whether it be a client, a best friend, or a partner? And it needs to be with a balance of how do we work this out? Or I feel this way, you feel this way. How do we come to terms with the differences of? And that's through communication. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, if you would like to schedule a reading for more in-depth, you can do that at willowgracemystic.com. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and you can hear updates as soon as they're released. Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising. So this new moon is occurring in your 6th house. Now the 6th house themes include relationship with employees, and includes your job, your workplace, your relationship with coworkers. It's your service to others. It's where you find a balance between your home life and your work life. It's your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and it also includes pets, coworkers, employees, servants, nutrition, illness. So all of those are themes. The sun is illuminating this area of your life, saying this is where you should focus on. What service do I give to others, and how much do I give to others without becoming a slave to it? Or I need to find a mentor, illuminating people, places, and things that can be brought to you to fill a need that you have for yourself. The moon is your emotional needs and well-being. It's your intuition. So definitely go with your gut of whatever you're seeing, weed through it. Neptune is in your 3rd house. Now the 3rd house, it rules education and gossip and writing, your relationship with your siblings, your relationship with neighbors, short distance travel. It's your childhood. It's communication in that you could be writing or journaling these things. And so there's something that's blurry going on with maybe working from home or an underlying concern that has to do with a neighbor or a relative that now it's still blurry, but these new moon intentions need to be set where we need to communicate our feelings, we need to communicate our thoughts. I need to have this new moon intention of my day-to-day work, my workspace, my coworkers, everything is involved, and how well do I serve others and how well do they serve me. It covers your routines, your habits need to be brought into this, even your pets. Maybe you look for a new mentor, or maybe you look for a guide of someone who now they present themselves to you, or a pet comes to you. One of the best things that you can do for yourself and your relationship this month is to renew commitments to your personal self-care for your mental, for your physical, for your spiritual, whether it be through vitamins or an exercise routine, or I'm going to set my alarm for this time and I'm going to turn my phone off at this time, because you're wanting to communicate, you're wanting to share and talk and disseminate information, but your needs have to be met first, because it can be extremely overwhelming. And this is the house of I have to find some balance between this. And so making sure that you and your partner are on the same page with this, or this could be through work partners or others, because the focus needs to be on you. So as always, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And for more in-depth reading, you can schedule on my website in the link below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so you can hear updates as soon as they are released. Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising. This lunation of new moon in Gemini is in your 5th house. Now the 5th house themes are love affairs, casual romantic relationships, personal creativity with art, music, anything that has to do with you creating things. It could also literally mean creating babies. It is the house of investments and self-expression. It is the house of what brings joy to you. It's the house of children or being childlike. And it's also gambling and sports, amusement and having fun, risk and excitement. So the sun is here showing you all these things that it wants you to do, saying, let's pick your poison here. And the moon saying, I have to do these things because it brings me great pleasure and it meets my needs. The moon is your intuition and what feels good. And so you need to communicate with others. You need to be that social butterfly. You need to be able to get out there and to tap into these other activities, whether it's children, being childlike, or creating. Now, there is the square to Neptune. Neptune is in your 2nd house. The 2nd house is your self-worth, your cash, your property, your money. It is your skills, your personal resources, your personal finances. It is everything that has to do with you and what makes you feel safe and secure. It's your income, your salary. Now, there's something that's blurry between what belongs to you and the joy and pleasure that you want to do. I don't know if it's you starting, like I have this side gig and I want to make money from it. And how do I do that? The lines can be a little bit blurry. Mercury means dive into it. Like Gemini is saying, get the information on it. If this brings you joy and it brings you pleasure, then you can do this. Or I want to connect up with this person and I want to travel there to get there. How are you going to do this with your resources? Remember that the 2nd house is about it's what you value. It's things that you personally value. So a new moon in the 5th house is you playing, you finding romance, you connecting out there. It's about relaxation and entertainment, or being creative with self-expression, letting your artistic or dramatic urges that you have come out. It's tapping into your inner child. It's about planning lots of things, of connecting to other people and communicating with them, whether it be theater or sports or just anything that brings you joy. This could be a sip and paint. This could be a trip to the casino. All of these are topics that when you communicate with others and when you get out there, you feel good about it. So the new moon is set those intentions and make those things happen. So as always, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. For more in-depth reading, you can schedule with willowgracemystic.com. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe because you'll get the latest updates as soon as they're released. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, this new moon in Gemini is occurring in your 4th house. Now, the 4th house themes are home, it's your private life, it's your traditions, it is your ancestors, it's your foundations, it's your roots, it's your home, like literally your home where you live. And so the sun is illuminating this area of your life, saying we need to communicate, we need to dive into this information. The moon is saying I need to have these needs met in order for me to feel safe and secure. So maybe you're diving into learning more about your ancestors, or maybe it's real estate or property, or it could have something to do with past or past lives. And so you have these topics with how do I communicate, how do I learn more, how do I gather more information, because it's taking in information just as much as it is speaking. This lunation is about gathering in order to take it in and share it with others. There is a square to Neptune. Neptune is in your 1st house, and the 1st house represents your personal appearance, your personal power, your self-expression, your personal opinions, your happiness. It's your self-image. It's you in the outside world. So there's something blurry about who am I and who am I at home? How do I communicate that to others? A new moon in the 4th house could be about your family, your home. It's going to be the focus and the emphasis on comfort, being domestic. It's where you look to your past life for clues on how your parents and your childhood, it molded you, and some self-reflection through either meditation or journaling. They're going to be powerful tools because it's Gemini, and it's about you releasing old baggage and practicing forgiveness at any time, especially this month, with how you were raised or the things that you brought with you, and how you can now declutter your life by cleaning out things, your closets, your brain, your garage. It's like getting rid of all these old repetitive thoughts and connect with others. And this is you learning, diving into. I really see you diving into, I want to understand a little bit more about my ancestors, or what caused this, something to do with house, home, real estate, or your past. So as always, I would love to hear your comments below. And if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. And if you would like more in-depth reading, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com.